Welcome to Thought Leaders, featuring interviews with some of the best minds in the industry. Today's special guest is best-selling author, popular platform speaker, and certified financial planner, Michael Morrow. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and talk show host. Today we're talking about small incremental steps, all from Michael's book, The Loyalty Edge, and his popular series, Ideas for Advisors. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you very much for having me today, Steve.
I love having you, and we're talking about, you've been in business 27 years, you are a $1 million roundtable producer, you've made some serious, and you've been all over the world talking about things like The Loyalty Edge, which is your newest book, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And you can get this out on Amazon.com or out on Mike's site. This is a huge book. I say it will take you, probably took me about, I'm going to say maybe 45, 50 minutes to read it. Easy read, easy to understand, and you're getting from some good ideas from a top of the table kind of a guy in production. Let's talk about incremental steps, because I think guys are always looking for the big move. You know, they got to leap over the Grand Canyon. And you say, that's not what this is all about.
No, absolutely not. The first thing I think in really any part of your life is that you don't succeed all at once and you don't fail suddenly. Everything's all done on the installment plan. And I think the easiest way to sort of change your business and turn yourself around is just to start with something simple. Remember that little things like interruptions will just totally ruin your day. Mm-hmm. Small things like that. You know, remember that you have basically, you know, if you might think you have a 2,000 hour a year if you worked 40-hour week, 50 weeks a year, you don't have all that much time. You know, the first thing that you need to understand is that you lose right away, you lose about 10% of your time. So you've got only really about 1,800 hours to deal with. And basically what happens is you really only do a few things in your business. You attract clients, you retain clients, and you run your business. That's really what you do. Everything else that you do, creating financial plans, doing all that, is really a subset of that.
Now, when you discovered this has come over all your years in the business. How did you move to this platform of understanding?
Well, I think that, you know, once I bought into the realization that somebody talked to me about a long time ago, that time is by far your most valuable commodity, I really got some buy-in. And when I looked at how much time it takes to run my business, I figured that it probably takes about 600 hours a year to run my business. And if I lose 200 hours just with interruptions and all the stuff that basically happens to all of us in a day, the 10% that we lose, all of a sudden I realized I really only have about 1,200 hours in a year to run my business of attracting clients and retaining clients. So let's take an advisor who's brand new in the business. You know, they have basically all 1,200 hours they have to attract clients. But what happens is that the minute you take on one client, a little bit of your time is taken to service clients. And then slowly as you go through your career, of the 1,200 hours, you spend a little bit less time attracting clients, a little bit more time on retaining clients, servicing clients, and getting the repeat business that comes from that. Now, at the end of your career, you know, we've got somebody at the end of the career, maybe they're going to spend all their time just on retaining clients. But if you have, take anything out of this segment, if you can buy into the fact that interruptions ruin your day and that you really only have 1,200 hours of money-making activity, you know, ask any lawyer, ask any accountant, you know, how easy it is to get 1,200 billable hours. You know, it's difficult, but it certainly is not impossible, but it's not an easy thing to do. And so, you know, don't let little things ruin your day, and make sure that you focus on money-making activities, which are attracting clients and retaining clients.
Well, let's go to the board here. You have some interesting support material I wanted to look at. Talk to me about this, because you just framed the argument. We have 2,000 hours, but really maybe only 1,200.
Absolutely, you do.
Okay.
You only have 1,200 hours. Like what I did right here is I took somebody who's, say, for instance, in the middle of their career, and again, I've got here 200 hours of free time. That's the time that's lost. Then I have the 400 hours here for somebody who's maybe growing their business. That's the time that they would use for prospecting. Over here, I've got 800 hours for them dealing with servicing their existing clients. And then at the bottom here is the business of running your business. So this right here, I'm not saying you don't have to do this stuff. You do. That's coming to compliance. It's going to education sessions. It's doing all the things that you do when you're really busy at your office all day and you leave and you go, you know, I was busy all day today, you know, but what did I get done? That's just running your business, but you don't get paid for that. So focus on your time and your efforts and your energy on the money-making activities, which ultimately is attracting clients and retaining clients. And I think for anybody who's been in the business for a long period of time, I would actually say that you get paid far better by retaining your clients and squeezing as much juice as you possibly can out of the orange.
Okay, now with your clients, how long did it take you to get to this place? I mean, did it take you a couple of years to wake up and see this is the way I need to go?
Well, I've been doing this for 27 years, and I have to say I've made a lot of mistakes over that period of time. And so just slowly, by concentrating on reading books, going to the $1 Million Roundtable, going to all kinds of conferences, reading all kinds of books and audiobooks, not only in the business, but outside of the business, and constantly saying, what are the things that are making people better? And just make sure that you focus on your most productive things first.
We'll be right back with more from Michael Morrow after this break.
This is your website. Few people visit, and if it isn't attracting new visitors, it's not doing its job. Now you can drive more visitors to your website through dynamic content and email marketing with CreativeOne's Social Media Elite. Capture quality leads faster and easier. Engage your visitors with informative articles and videos to boost your online credibility. Plus, stay connected with existing clients and earn more referrals. All content is customized for you. It's time to introduce your website to the world. Call your CreativeOne sales team at 800-992-2642 or visit us online at CreativeOne.com.
Well, welcome back, everyone, and we're continuing our interview with Michael Morrow on small incremental steps, all from Michael's book, The Loyalty Edge, and his popular series, Ideas for Advisors. Mike, let's talk a little bit about this, because when I think about small baby steps, I think about that show,
Yes.
that movie, taking small incremental steps. I think people are leaping too much. I think we're trying to cover too much ground, but I like your conquering these little incremental steps, making victories out of this so that you can actually expand your practice. And this really helped you elevate your game, not only in meeting new clients, but your production went up through the roof.
Absolutely. Once I started to really understand my business, and ultimately, if you think about it, everybody here is in the business of prospecting. And so once I understood my business and the fact that I only had 1,200 hours to do that, not only my life get better, but my income went up, which I think is really what people want to watch and what people want to hear. But here's the thing is that I would love it, and I think that everybody watching this show would love it, if you could go out and, just all of a sudden change your business and have your income triple and work half as much hours. The truth is that that's not what happens in real life. And what happens is that you have really 4 key areas that make you successful in this business. I call it the E's formula for success. The E's for education, the A's for activity, the S is your selling skills, and the other E is for enthusiasm. And if you could get a little bit better at each of these areas, the thing is as somebody who's in the financial services business, we talk to people, we talk to clients, prospects, and about compounding all the time. Compounding works in our business too, just as well as it works with our financial plans with our clients.
So, all right, let's talk about it, because, I think, you're an outgoing personality, so am I, but not all of our producers are, not all advisors are. They're not that outgoing. So do they have problems sometimes grasping the idea of having an enthusiastic
Sure, absolutely. And you know what? When you're telling the same story to different people over and over again, it might not be an exciting story for you. But remember how excited you were the first time somebody explained how compounding worked to you or how money worked to you and things like that. It was pretty exciting. But because we've just told that story thousands and thousands of times, it's just common language to us, and we're not all that excited about it. The thing is I remember somebody telling me once that ultimately everybody wants to attach themselves to a real excited, enthusiastic person. Nobody wants to be around somebody where the world is always ending and everything is negative. And so, you could certainly be more excited, more enthusiastic, not only about this business, be excited and enthusiastic about your clients' chance of success. Would you want to deal with a financial advisor who is excited about your chance of being able to retire, educate your kids and so on, or somebody who doesn't think that's going to happen?
I can't imagine being in a meeting with a client and I'm telling based on everything you've shown me, you're not going to be able to send your kids to school, and you're certainly not going to be able to retire at 60.
That's right. So could you get 10% better at being enthusiastic? Next thing here, I've got activity. If you talked to 10% more people, just by computation, your income would go up by 10%. But now we go and there's selling skills. Well, let me ask you this, and let me ask all the people out there, ultimately you're in the business of selling. How many books, how many audio books or real books have you read on selling skills in the last 5 years if you're in the business of ultimately selling and influencing people? So if you could improve your selling skills by 10%, your income would go up by 10% there. What if you could get more educated? And by now that you're more educated, you'd be able to talk maybe to a little bit higher market, close sales are a little bit more educated. The thing is, if you get 10% more enthusiastic, and then you compound that with 10% more activity, you compound that with 10% more selling skills, and you count that with 10% by being more educating, getting not only getting the sales, but getting bigger sales, your income will go up by 47% with the compounding. And again, it's just getting 10% better in about 4 different areas. And just ask yourself simple questions all the time, over and over again. What are the things that you're doing first off that are making you successful? So what are the things you should keep on doing? What are those things? Next thing is, what are the things that you're not doing that you should start doing that'll help make you successful? And then other things, what are the things you're doing that you need to stop doing? What I need to do? I need to stop checking my smartphone every 15 minutes. I need to stop going on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and that all the time during the day. Just little things like that. I put my phone away and leave it away for the morning. Have auto reply emails that when somebody sends you an email, it says, you know what, thanks for your email. I'm dealing with client stuff all day, and I won't even be looking at your email until the end of the day. So if it's something that's of urgency, please call our office.
So when you're looking at this, I'm thinking we're in the 21st century, we're looking at communication on steroids. Everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on LinkedIn, Twitter, but it could be actually a deterrent to your practice.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think it's very, very important to return calls and return emails quickly. But you know what? Don't do it too quickly. If you return emails immediately for people all the time, they're going to expect that you're going to return them immediately, and they're also going to think that you're available 24/7. You know what? If you're a successful financial advisor, you shouldn't be available all the time. You should be in client appointments. You should be doing things that are higher level things and just going and checking things like that on a substantially less frequent basis than you currently are.
Well, for more information on today's topic, just click on the landing page address in the video description on YouTube, where you can watch all our shows, seminars, and workshops, or visit us out on our website. I'm Steve Savant. We'll see you next time on Thought Leaders Series. And remember, keep thinking outside the box.